Sleep deprivation, coffee, beer, and Nintendo versus Sega. Guys, let's shut up. Let's talk episode, what, 2?
Yep.
Guys, it's Shut Up, Let's Talk episode 2. Guys, it's 2 episodes, guys. I'm so happy. That last episode was really awesome. It was Pokemon Go.
Yeah, we're just stoked to see where it all went, and it was awesome.
It was. My name is Alazar. I'm joined along here with good friend Jose again.
Good evening, guys. What's going on? What's going on, Alazar?
Life is good, man.
How have you been?
I've been pretty good, man. I've been working on things. I was thinking of concepts for the next episode of this.
Yeah.
Which we're here today, and we're going to talk about in a second. But life's been good, man. What you been up to?
Nothing much, man. Just getting ready for school, learning coding now, throughout the afternoons. And I was playing guitar today after a while, and it was really refreshing.
Nice.
It's always good to get back into your hobby after you have not done it for a little bit. So
yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I took a little break from guitar for a bit, and then I was working on producing.
Yeah,
just
we're jamming to those Jackson Bunn tracks.
Jackson Bunn, my music teacher from elementary school.
Awesome.
Incredible jazz pianist.
Met him once. He was a good guy.
Keep your mind out of the gutter, freaks. He's a pianist.
A master pianist.
Guys, guys, thank you so much for joining us on episode 2 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. Guys, Nintendo versus Sega. All right, the as old as Pepsi versus Coke, French fries versus onion rings. Guitars versus basses.
This is the deciding battle of the 90s right here.
Exactly. And for anybody that does not know, Nintendo is re-releasing their classic NES Nintendo system of the 80s. And it's with the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm from the 90s, so I was born in 1990.
Right.
But
on the dot.
So they're re-releasing their Nintendo console, and am I excited about it? Not really. Are other people? Yeah, a lot of people are excited about it.
I feel like it's for me the one thing that makes me think it was a big thing before was the emulators.
I just have one
there was
question.
novelty to that, and I was just Okay,
well, here's the big question: are you excited for it or not?
Slightly.
And here's the: would you really play the freaking thing?
Every now and then, I guess. You know what? If I had it physically,
and see that's my point right there. See, whenever I ask anybody that question, it starts off at I think,
and that's the thing. And you know what?
And then it gets lower and lower as they think about it.
And you know what? Actually, it's also it's pretty much the console from before, right? There's no modifications. They just brought back the first generation of the consoles.
Well, here's the thing. And actually, you know what? Let me get into this really quick. It is the Nintendo re-release console is going to be 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, first of all, it's $60. So we're just going to set that right off the bat. $60 price point, 30 games, probably some that you want, probably some that you don't. Yeah. So keep that in mind also. No original controller support, no cartridge support, built-in games.
Okay, but it's all in the encasing of the system.
It is
a classic look, but now it's just brand new.
It's in a smaller, cutesy looking little thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, just having it would be awesome too.
The thing about it to me is that Nintendo is putting their stamp of approval on this. Nintendo is re-releasing this thing, but at the same time, what makes this any different from some plug and play that you can buy from Walgreens? Which, actually, I didn't mean to segue into that, but since we're talking about plug and plays that you can buy at Walgreens, Sega versus Nintendo, guys. The topic for today, Sega. Sega, there's a company called At Games that have been releasing a Sega kind of re-release console. They've been releasing it for a little while now. The story apparently is that since Nintendo's releasing this, they obviously feel a bit of competition, so they're releasing their Sega console, Genesis console, but they've upgraded the games.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about this. They've removed Virtua Fighter from their list. They've removed Streets of Rage from their list. That's unacceptable.
That, actually, you hadn't even said that before.
Pen throwing levels of unacceptable.
I haven't heard that. I heard about Virtua Fighter. I died. But also Street Rage?
Streets of Rage, the series. Not even just one of the games, but all of them.
Dude.
They're removing it from there. And I believe the console is capped at about 80 games, which is pretty cool. That's a lot of games. It's more than 60, so duh.
Yeah.
which is cool. But taking out Streets of Rage, that's a lot of people. I would buy it just for that. I saw the list of some of the games. They had Mortal Kombat 3. They've got a lot of Sonic on there because Sega loves to shove Sonic down everybody's throat.
Hell yeah!
Between these two of these things, honestly, I think I would go for the Sega. But that's if I wanted either of them at all. Anyway, I don't want either of them. And apparently, this at-game Sega Genesis re-release console is not made that well.
No.
Apparently, it's got really bad audio. It's got no HDMI ports, which is like,
you can figure something that's out nowadays.
2016, anybody?
Yeah, HDMI's been working for how long?
Too long for
3-4
things
years
not to have them anymore. Okay,
at least currently.
That's the bigger thing. So at least the NES does.
Yeah.
The re-release of the Nintendo is going to come with an HDMI port, which is great. So it's going to look great on all of your new TV, your new shiny, bendy, curvy TVs.
Now I'm very much positive. Like if Nintendo released a SNES system,
if they could do that,
that would be much better. That would be a lot more popular. I think
that would be a good time.
Everybody.
I would love that, man. If you could see, all right, you know what? Let's close out the Nintendo versus Sony versus Sega topic really quick.
Yeah.
As far as these two consoles go, whatever. At the end of the day, you could pay. I really forgot how much the Sega Genesis console release is, but it's not that much because I see it at my local Walgreens all the time.
Do you remember what it was like back in the day?
What
were game console like prices back in the day?
A lot of money. If you're gonna look at these two consoles, guys, if you want to get a more reliable system, I would definitely go for the NES because Nintendo is putting their stamp of approval, which means they're also putting a little bit of QC on this thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I would highly recommend you just get a $1 game or a free game on your phone at the App Store rather than get this Nintendo thing because you know what, you're not gonna play it that much, okay?
Yeah.
And let's be honest here, a lot of original Nintendo games, kind of shit. Okay, notoriously difficult, very hard to maneuver.
Oh yeah,
kind of shit. Great for the time being. Upon reflection, we can
low replay value.
We can move
based
past
on those. Based on those things. That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking as well. It's like, for one reason, like these consoles. I mean, yes, you can like play them like physically, but like they don't impress me because emulators have been around doing the same thing, and I only play like less than 5 games at a time at all, if that.
Right.
Whenever I use a emulator again.
Which one would you legitimately buy between these two? Actually buy, because you know that this Genesis console, it's missing HDMI, it's not got the good games. If you had to choose between these two, which one would you tell the people, the beautiful people of Shut Up Let's Talk, which you guys have been liking the Facebook page, thank you so much. Feel free to check out the website. The website is up, shutuplet'stalk.com.
Yeah, it is.
And anyway, back to your thing.
Basically, man, well, I would wait to see what Sega does. Hopefully it catches those errors. That's pretty embarrassing. Let's go back into the market like that, because they were out of the console game for a while. They got to make a good comeback into it, but they will. I have faith in Sega. I would say wait. If not, get a Raspberry Pi and build your own. That's what I would tell you.
Raspberry Pi. Tell the people, Shut Up, Let's Talk what a Raspberry Pi is for anybody that does not know your reference.
Basically a microcomputer.
It's a microcomputer. Costs about $35.
Yep. It's like a mini motherboard with all the components, good amount of USB ports. Could have really good memory. You could have I think at least 4 gigs of RAM on it. And stuff like that. There's 2 HDMI. There's 2 HDMI ports. There's all this, and you can pretty much load any games or anything you want to do onto it.
You can teach them how to Dougie, guys. if you could, Jose. Moving on from this, from the Nintendo versus fighting topic.
I'm a fanboy.
If you could revive any old school console, what would it be?
Sega Dreamcast.
Up to okay.
You said it.
Dreamcast. I would bring the Dreamcast back. Like if they could do the Dreamcast, but with
bring it back.
Upgraded graphics and HDMI. Oh my! That's redundant.
That's what it felt like when it came out. For example, with Sonic Adventure, that's what it felt like when it came out. Like the game was just glorious compared to the other Sonic games. The Dreamcast had very, very good graphics. I think better than PS2's. Actually,
they were more colorful for sure.
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I've got to look into that.
I feel like they used less polygons.
They used less, obviously, yeah. There's different artwork.
They looked better.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
I know completely what you mean.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
they
worked with it.
Their graphics engine.
Yeah. Like I feel like PS2 added more polygons but made it look worse.
Yeah. Sometimes it worked, but I don't know.
I mean,
Metal Gear Solid 3 looked amazing.
Metal Gear Solid 3 was amazing.
Amazing.
You would revive the Dreamcast. What were some of your favorite Dreamcast games?
I obviously love Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Capcom 2. Yeah, exactly that one.
Capcom versus SNK?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yes.
I had that on that. I love the way that looked on that.
Need Tony Hawk in my life.
Hell yes, dude.
I love that game. If anybody out there, guys, if anybody in the Shut Up Let's Talk crowd is a Tony Hawk player, allow me to destroy you.
Hell
please.
yeah. And Jet Grind Radio.
That's a great game. I actually have that game on PC, but I have not played it. Sorry.
It's fun.
But guys, let's talk about experiences on your original console back in the day. Now,
I love that.
What was
nostalgia?
What is your? I'm going to ask you this question. What was your favorite game to rent on your back in the day? Game rentals, guys. You guys remember renting games? You remember that?
Yeah. Well, I had two. I equally rented a ton. It was from this one old store around here called 10,000 Movies.
Nice. Love that place.
It's amazing.
Actually, no, I didn't go there often, but it was cool when I did go.
I did go. Blockbuster was the ish too.
Blockbuster was the Ishmael.
That was like the old school Netflix.
It was like old school Netflix, and it's hilarious because the funny thing about it, renting games was like the most fun experience because you got to rent so many different ones, man. So
and you would go into the store and be so disappointed when your game wasn't there.
Yeah, when it or when it sucked when you took it home. What was your favorite game to rent?
There were two I remember equally renting a lot at the rental store I told you about, and it was for the N64, which to me arguably my favorite system.
Of all time?
Yeah. I would bring back the Dreamcast just for the novelty factor of bringing it back and just the fact that it was so different and awesome. But the one I'd say most reliably was my favorite system was the N64.
You're a bold kid, Arnold.
Mm-hmm. I loved it. I just loved the first party games on it. Obviously like Mario, Zelda. Loved all the stories. It
was cool.
And all the random games and awesome games that would come out with it. For example, my two games would be Star Fox 64.
That's one of your rentals?
Yeah, and Mystical Ninja.
Mystical Ninja. Legend of Gomon.
That game was amazing.
That was a cool game. I didn't
if you like Banjo-Kazooie, you would love that game. Just another classic.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love
Star Fox 64 was a really cool game. I didn't get to play it too often, but it was awesome. My top rentals were probably Aladdin on the Super Nintendo. I rented that game and beat it a lot. I was able to beat that game in like half an hour.
Yeah.
And then I also rented the Pokemon games quite a lot.
Oh, like Pokemon Stadium and
Pokemon Stadium, or just I would just rent like actual Pokemon Gold and Silver, and sometimes I would just renew. Yeah. I would just renew them, so I would just hold on to the games.
It was awesome when they came out with the Game Boy Advance games. I actually remember renting Aria of Sorrow, the Castlevania. I was looking that up recently too.
Oh, nice.
Good games, dude. Fucking amazing.
There were some good games back in the day, man. I used to love renting games.
PlayStation games were great too.
Jose, what is one of your favorite video game memories growing up? Whether it be with your brothers, whether it was by yourself, what is one of your favorite video game memories that you could think of? Off the top of your head. There's too many, I know.
There's one, but you know what? The one that comes up to my head now is when I'm playing Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, with my younger brother, and I'm like running through to go to the water temple.
Oh.
And he's just like, dude, it's fucking awesome watching you play and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, for sure. We spent like a lot of good time like watching back in the day and stuff like that. It's pretty much that, just like Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. I think one of my favorite memories was Christmas of like 2002, and I had just got my PS2.
Yeah.
I was originally actually just going to get a PS1. I was going to get a PlayStation 1 because I didn't want to ask my folks for too much.
Were you going to get the slim one or the regular one?
The slim one. And I
had that one too.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't want to ask my folks for too much. I said, I'll just get a PS1. I'll be a little late on the generation. I don't care. Video games are video games. We're at the store, and my dad just decided, he's like, oh, what's that other box? And I'm like, oh, that's the new one.
Yeah.
And basically, it was kind of like he's like, what's so good about it? And I was like, well, it's got a DVD player in it.
Yeah.
And you can play CDs on it. So he was like, well.
And backwards compatibility.
Exactly. So he was like, wow. So he was just like, wow. So if I get you this thing, I don't have to get you like 3 other things.
Yeah, it's all in one.
So he was just like, let's just get that. And I was stoked. So, of course, yeah, I got this PS2 randomly.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I got a PS2 out of nowhere. And then from there, I rented Tony Hawk 4. Mm-hmm. My dad ended up getting a bunch of leftover pizza that was there from like a party that they had for Christmas.
Classic.
So there was like 3 or 4 boxes of pizza. And my mom had made chicken wings. So there was like chicken wings and pizza. I just got a PS2. I had Tony Hawk 4. waiting for me to play it, and I just played that game until like 3 or 4 in the morning and just ate pizza and wings all night.
That actually reminds me of one of my classic like memories for like video gaming. I think we had gotten I think it was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It was my older brother, and we got it for one Christmas, and we played till like 3 in the morning. Like playing the game and playing Hybrid 3 by Linkin Park. Like just blasting, dude.
That CD is in this room.
It was a hit. My older brother's like, bro, every song's a hit. Wow, he's just like fucking...
Every song is a
playing
hit.
GTA.
Oh my god. You got the 6 stars.
Destroying lives. Yeah, he did. And he was playing Pantera. As we lost.
Real racist music. Sorry, guys. Kidding. But I don't know about that. But anyway. Okay. This is not a history show. Guys, thank you so much for
that should be a topic.
Eventually it will
history. What is your favorite period in history?
Well, to be continued.
There it is.
To be continued on a smarter episode of Shut Up, Let's Talk.
It's all
guys,
exquisite and shit. Like, we're just wearing monocles.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on episode 2 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. My name is Alizar. I'm joined along here with my good friend, Jose. Where can they follow you at?
You guys can follow me under JoseCG319 on Twitter.
On the Twitter. Hey, you guys can follow me at AlzarChan on Twitter.
And if you see me in person, I'll say hi to you.
If you see him in person, he will say hello.
I will talk to you.
You might be lucky enough to get a
hello.
hello.
You might know more.
If you guys want to follow me at AlzarChan on Twitter. If you guys want to follow the podcast, which you should, and please do, it's _ Shut Up Let's Talk on Twitter. You guys can follow Facebook.com Shut Up Let's Talk, YouTube.com Shut Up Let's Talk, all over the goddamn place. So feel free to
all open you,
all up in it to win it, all up in the Kool-Aid, and we know the flavor.
You're in it till you win it.
Guys, feel free to follow our show. Thank you so much for joining us on this topic. We had a little retro game fun on this episode. Join us on the next episode, and also let us know how you guys are still doing on Pokemon Go. I have not played it much. I'm at level 6.
You have a Pidgeot right by your house somewhere.
There's a Pidgeot somewhere in the area, guys. So if you guys are somewhere in Pembroke Pines, look for that Pidgeot. Excuse me, guys. We will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later.